Gemini, hi. So this is going to be a reading for September 15th through the 21st. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Gemini. The overall energy for the reading, the Two of Cups. So we're talking about a connection you may feel to someone, something, someone, I think. In the recent past, the Five of Wands, the Emperor, the Four of Wands, quite the pickle you're finding yourself in there. There is a commitment type of an energy that shows up in there. There's you being convinced of, feeling this bond with someone. But I also see you arguing with yourself about it a lot, in the sense of, yeah, you're showing up quite convinced that, oh no, yeah, this is it. But then at some point, you start really kind of internalizing a lot of stuff that's going on surrounding this commitment, and it turns into a little bit of a piss match with yourself there by the looks of it. I think it's with yourself. I don't think we're talking... Could have reflected on the surface too with whoever was at the other end of this though. But anyways, in the current situation, the Ace of Cups, the Five of Swords, the Seven of Wands. You gotta make up your mind. You can't say 1 minute, oh, everything for this, and the next minute, oh, fuck this shit, I don't want it, no, not me, no. You can't. I mean, you can. You're a Gemini. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you go both ways at the same time? It's looking to be deceptive. It's looking to not be doing you any good. But you know that. You know that. In the immediate future, the Temperance card, the Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. You're taking some time here, probably away from all the madness here. Or you're trying to. You're giving me a sense of trying to take some time just for you and you. But in the middle there's a little bit of juggling of things. So you may be having to take care of some things before you do that, or kind of having a hard time. Despite the fact, let's say you're planning on a vacation or something just for you, or a staycation, whatever you want, something just for you. And then, all sorts of things keep on popping in. And it's like, okay. Let's clarify. Let's do the Two of Cups. For the Two of Cups, you get the Magician, the Death card, the Star. You're at the opposite extremes. You're playing with opposite extremes here. And as much as we like to joke, hey, it's Gemini, they can do that. Because you're manifesting for something to work out, and then on one hand you're saying it's the best thing that could possibly happen and it's everything I've ever wanted in this life, and then on the other hand you're saying it's never gonna happen. The problem with these energies is that they're coming at the exact same time, which is like going from one extreme to another and being there. From one extreme to another at the same time. Okay, we'll sort you out. Don't worry about it. We'll bring you to one or the other. Let's do the Five of Wands in the recent past. You get the King of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups. That's where the conflict starts and sets in. You're approaching this. For now, I'm seeing it as a energetical commitment. So to me, it's safe to assume that it's something that hasn't necessarily formed in the physical as a commitment. It's something that you may want to at that moment in time, but it's not there yet. So you're approaching this from a sense of, hey, we're just buddies. Yeah. By the way, can we spend every minute of every day of our lives together? I'm like, I don't think you would spend every minute of every day of your life with your buddy. But okay. So that's where it started, this whole, the way you're approaching this versus what you're trying to convince yourself this is very different. Okay. And I'm not sure if that, it may have resulted into conflict in the physical. Because your buddy there may have said, wait, what? Yeah, I don't know. For the Emperor in the recent past, you get the 10 of Cups, the 6 of Cups, the 8 of Cups. This whole reading is going to be like this then? Okay, so yeah, feeling happiness as you are showing up connected to this soul connection that is definitely a part of your soul family, and you're considering to be, it's trying to figure out what, because I've done readings for you for a very long time, and I can see you spread into two places at once. This is extreme. But it's extreme because it's gotten extreme. It wasn't like this initially. It was, but not to the extent it's gotten to. Like it went out of control there. The living through the extremes of this has gone rogue. Okay, so you're taking this with an open heart, with the sense of happiness, with the sense of, oh my God. And then, again, you're showing up in a place of, but I don't want to feel this. So cutting it off, and I'm not feeling shit from this moment on. And I'm like, I don't think so. I think you told yourself that, but you can't just cut it off and not feel shit anymore. I mean, you could, but you would still have this in your heart. For the 4 of Wands in the recent past, you get the 7 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, the Queen of Wands. Now you can see that's where things started going all over for you, for your perception over this. I feel like things weren't clear for you from the get-go about the situation, because you're coming in at this and saying, oh no, I don't want, I just want to have fun. I just want to go with the flow. I'm not looking for anything. You can't say that when you just said, oh my God, this is, the universe just slammed something on top of my head, and I feel like my whole third eye opened, and it opened the third eye of humanity while this happens to me. Yeah. Things should have been more clear to you from the get-go as far as this is concerned. But because you started telling yourself all sorts of things about the situation that you weren't really honest with yourself, I'll be honest with you, you weren't honest with yourself as this was unfolding. And then it led into a place where now you're being pulled in two directions at once about it, and you don't even know what the fuck is what anymore. Because you can't. Out of those energies there, at some point you're going to come out of this and say, am I going nuts? Because that's how it's going to feel. So yeah, at that point, after some time passed, after who knows how things developed here, you're coming in and saying, no, just looking for fun, just looking for a little bit of, yeah, why not have fun with things? We're young, we can do this, have fun, yeah. Which, it just added something else to those extremes, a middle ground. I was like, yeah, you have two energies of extremes here anyway. Why would you add on top of that? Okay, let's see the Ace of Cups in the current situation. The Ace of Cups again, the Page of Cups, the Nine of Wands. Okay, it's starting to mellow down a little bit. You're still feeling an openness towards this, or let's call it hope, for the situation. Just a tiny little bit, even though you're showing me, I don't really want to feel this, but I am. Fuck it. But it's not as intense as it was in the past when it was building up, so it's at least more contained. Now, let's see the Five of Swords. The Page of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Knight of Swords. Oh, this is where you're lying? Because you're saying... It's because I'm not concerned with it as much as I used to. Like, it's not in my focus as much. As, you know, right now I'm focusing on myself. Then why are you lying? Because the Five of Swords is here that's giving you away. When you say, oh no, it's just I'm focused on myself and that's it. Yeah, my own healing, my own, you know, and I'm learning a lot from this experience. I'm not saying you're not healing and not learning. I'm saying there's an energy there that calls you out and says to me, they're lying. Which, again, not saying you're not doing any of that, but the situation is still playing a big part there somewhere in your energy. Because it's still showing up. Yeah, not as pronounced, not as heavy as it was in the past when it was kind of building up into something, but it's still here. As you focus on you, apparently. No, this is a situation that goes on outside of you. It's not you. For the Seven of Wands, in the current situation, you get the Nine of Swords, the Empress, the Nine of Pentacles. Look, I understand the struggle. This is the part in which I get you. Because you're saying, do you think I want to feel this? Do you think I want... No, I don't think you want to feel this. I don't think you want to feel this. But you do. And if you didn't take the time over there in the past to gain clarity over it, take the time now. And be honest when you say I'm focusing on myself. Because that's what that's supposed to bring here in the situation, clarity. Instead of frustration and, you know, like, I don't want to feel this way. Okay, gotcha. But you are. Embrace that and now go heal that. See where it's coming from. See what it's bringing to the surface, because I'm sure that whole situation brought a lot of things up for you to look at and to heal about yourself. That was the point of it, I'm guessing. You know? So instead of being frustrated here and, you know, with yourself, with me, with whoever this is, I don't want to feel this. What are you telling me here? I'm telling you to go look into yourself here. And acknowledge and embrace that you feel what you're feeling. Now go see what it brings up for you. That's all. You know, I get where you're coming from. Let's do the Temperance card. In the immediate future, you get the Lovers, the Ace of Wands, the Page of Swords. Okay. Are you telling me... Over here, you're telling me that some time is passing without you extending your energy to this anymore. Okay, so you're not... Okay. So that's a good indication of you pulling your energy to yourself, back to you. Okay. Like, you're still feeling what you're feeling. It's not coming through as so frustrating as it is right now because you're pulling your energy back to you. Good. You're not giving your energy away to that. Not as much. For the Two of Pentacles in the immediate future, you get the Knight of Pentacles, the Justice card, the Six of Pentacles. This is a lot of progress that I'm seeing here. There's a sense of balance that's kind of settling upon you and upon this dynamic. I think it's kind of setting down on its own. I don't think you're doing much other than just focusing on yourself. And the minute you do that, things kind of fall into place. You're not seeing that necessarily. You're giving me a sense of where, how. I don't understand. What happened? You know, it might be one of those energies in which some years might pass and you may look behind and you're like, oh, okay, now I know what happened. You know? Because as you're going through this, I see the energy slowly but surely falling into place where they should be, which I don't know what the fuck that means. I have no idea. Are things going to work out here in some way? Are things not? No idea. But they're falling where they're supposed to fall. And it's just by you starting to focus on yourself here, which is exactly what you're doing. And again, you may not see how things are falling into place as it's happening. It could be one of those later energies. For the Queen of Pentacles in the immediate future, you get the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Cups, the Knight of Wands. There you go. This is a place in which you completely pull the energy only towards you. Where you're showing up in the world from the perspective of, let me go towards things that make sense to me, that resonate with me, that I enjoy going towards, and just feels good to me. Because this one is pulling you into a little bit of a vicious cycle in which you're not seeing that some things need to come to the surface for you to heal. And the minute you go to those extremes, you're just stuck in that cycle and you're not seeing that. So what you need to do is pull your energy back, which is exactly what you're doing. Over time, it seems, but it's better than never. So you're doing exactly that eventually. And then your energy opens up to the things that are meant for you. You know, whether it's this connection in there somewhere, thrown in there, it may be, I don't know. You'll see when you get there. But focusing on this to that extent of making you feel like you're going nuts, that's not a healthy way to approach this. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do, this situation. But you got to take the healing out of it, you know? Not go in there and stay stuck in that situation. And slowly but surely you're unstucking yourself. You're doing exactly that. So it's happening. It's a process. From the universe for you as a final advice, the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Cups. You're showing me how you feel that you're being pulled to the extremes when it comes to this situation. One side of you is like, oh, but I want happiness. The other side is like, go away. Just leave it alone. Just let it go. And then there's you in the middle and your heart being fully open to the experience. And it's like, that's what's supposed to happen. It's supposed to open up your heart so that it reveals all of the pain, all of the everything that's kind of blocking your heart from coming out fully. So that you heal, you know? So, okay. Anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.